Hey, hello there, and welcome to another episode of Common Nonsense. And this one, well, as you can see, social media fights are the definition of insanity. And Albert Einstein said the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. So, watching mainstream/legacy media deny reality, like in the Depp v. Heard trial, is much the same. NBC just released a half-hour, quote, documentary doubling down on their skewed narrative. The entire trial was televised to millions of people around the world. Around the globe. Actual lawyers watched and commented every single day via YouTube. We all watched Amber Heard get on the stand and lie like a rug. Johnny Depp detractors must think the general public are idiots, right alongside what I will now call dinosaur media. We've now experienced in real time how such sources warp facts to regurgitate into the general public, and how proponents like to label opponents and cram them into ill-fitting boxes via social media. Well, just cram them, period, but we can also now see it live and in person on social media. At this point, spewing dinosaur media as fact is a good definition of insanity. I even watched a UN meeting where the US and the UK, among others, pointed at news stories as some sort of proof. Sorry, that's simply not going to work anymore. I mean, I've known for, probably 20 years now that mainstream media or dinosaur media lies. But seeing what's happening right now, or what's been happening after the Depp Heard trial, it's just, I just want to go, see, I was right. I've been saying this for forever. Anyway, the insanity of labeling. Once you label me, you negate me. This is a quote from philosopher Soren Kierkegaard. Social media fights seem to devolve when people try to label others. For example, I've seen the word misogynist thrown around a lot during the Depp Heard trial and its aftermath. Terms such as bleeding heart liberal and Trump supporter are also generally unearned labels. I am not a big fan of trying to categorize people, although I've been known to use the word simps and stans. The biggest problem is that doing such is very dismissive, and it's meant to be. We don't have to listen to what others say if we can stick labels on them. Unfortunately, this stands in the way of civil discourse. It also keeps us divided along party lines, which is exactly what those in power desire. Until we wake up and realize this, we will continue to be at the mercy of the powerful and wealthy elite. Insanity of Dino and Rhino. These acronyms stand for Democrats/Republicans in name only. This is what the parties like to call those that do not vote within party lines. Folks are told that if you vote third party, you may as well vote for the other side. As long as the two big parties remain, big, we'll remain stuck right where we are, in my opinion. Politically charged insults are a go-to for those that remain enslaved. This is precisely why I remain apolitical. A friend of mine likes to call herself a, quote, progressive independent. The word progressive has also become politically charged. However, we cannot fix things doing the same things we've done before, which wraps right back around into the definition of insanity. I pointed out in an earlier post that the two parties have gotten too big for their britches. The biggest problem lies in how to wrest power from them. I believe a giant step would be to register as independent and/or vote third party, regardless of which side you identify with. Unfortunately, each side is defined by their more radical members. Those that remain more neutral are not the ones who tend to get into social media fights. They stay fairly quiet, and the squeaky wheel gets all the grease, aka attention and/or money. Any that are a tad more vociferous, like me, are also well away from any, quote, grease. Quit funding insanity. While we have little say in where our tax dollars go, we do have control of out-of-pocket donations. Some longtime supporters of the ACLU who watched the debt fee herd trial probably aren't happy with the organization. Their involvement in her defamatory op-ed in the Washington Post should give everybody pause. And the fact that Amber Heard continues to be an ambassador shows how little they actually care about, quote, civil liberties. Anthony Romero, the CEO of the ACLU, reportedly pulls in $500,000 a year, which looks to be the average the average salary for those at the top tier of the organization. Amber herself makes $13,000 per speech. I'm sure you can determine for yourself if she's worth it. Excuse me. She's also supported by L'Oreal. I have become very cautious of who I donate to. I supported the YouTube channel Popcorn Planet for several months, but to my knowledge, the only donations made to any charities were during a live charity fundraising event. If you can see in real time that the money is going straight to organizations, it's all good. Just make sure that said organization is worthy of your hard-earned money. Watchdog sites like BBY's Giving Alliance, Charity Watch, and Charity Navigator can help guide you. Also be aware that rounding up purchases is more for tax credit than anything else. Insanity of drama. We all know that drama gets clicks, clout, and cash. This is why reality TV is so successful. Personally, I avoid it like the plague, but it's a guilty pleasure for many. I'm highly suspicious of the JKs, the Jenner Kardashian family, women touting themselves as, quote, real housewives, and anything to do with finding a significant other via a television show. I also have no interest in people throwing themselves into ridiculous and perhaps dangerous situations. Heck, I had a hard time with America's Funniest Home Videos. I'll have to fix that. I'm more interested in who people are than in what they do, unless they're busy taking advantage of others. When I see that, I will speak out. I want justice for those who illegally placed Britney Spears into a conservatorship and abused her for 13 years. Hollywood and the music industry has much to answer for, and not just for what Britney endured. There are others currently in the same situation. Wendy Williams, Bam Margera, Nichelle Nichols, and the list goes on. Disney and Nickelodeon have very dark pasts, especially regarding child actors. We need to protect kids, not exploit them. My mother taught me that children are their own persons, their own little people. I wish the whole world would realize the same. I realize I've digressed, but that's what happens when I'm passionate. So, if you liked the video, please hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to be notified when my next video goes out. And I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Much peace and love to you all. Bye now.